Hey everyone, it's Fidelis here. Are you a business owner who maybe over the years have collected so many Facebook groups? Perhaps you're a member of multiple amounts of Facebook groups, and it was because a friend had invited you to come and join, and you had forgotten that that group had existed. And over the years, you've accumulated so many different Facebook groups, and now you're thinking, what are all these Facebook groups doing here? What do I do and how do I manage and utilize these Facebook groups as a kingdom entrepreneur? Well, today I'm here to share with you how you can make the most of your Facebook groups memberships as a kingdom entrepreneur. Number one, we need to get clear on our ideal client. So before we even start to add ourselves into those Facebook groups, remember your ideal client. Who are your ideal clients? What's your target market? Who's your target audience? And with that clarity and knowing who it is that you want to serve and perhaps your potential clients, think about, where would they be? Which groups would they be hanging? Because I want to have a relationship with them. I want to build genuine and meaningful relationships with those potential clients. So that's the goal. For example, for me, my ideal clients are Christian women in business. And so right now I'm part of communities, Facebook groups who have Christian women who are running businesses there, or perhaps those who are just thinking about launching a business. So I think about those groups, and I either add myself on there, or perhaps a friend of mine have invited me into that group, and I hold on to those. So the main goal is in joining this group is to make real and meaningful connections. That's the whole point. It's for us to engage as business owners, as kingdom entrepreneurs with our potential clients, add value and build meaningful relationships. So that's number one. Get clear on your ideal client. When you know who your target audience is, you know where they're hanging, and those are the kind of groups that you should be in, because that's where you want to start building those relationships. And just in the last couple of days, I've actually gone through my Facebook groups, and over the years I've realized, wow, I've accumulated so many groups over time. And so what I've done is do a detox and started to take myself out of those groups and make sure that I'm only focusing on a small amount of groups so that I don't get overwhelmed. So that brings me to my point two. Choose your top three. If you really want to build meaningful relationships over Facebook groups, I do believe that you need to be intentional and know which groups, who is your tribe, where are they? And once you found them, go and stay there and really invest and add value in that community. So for me, I would encourage you to go and choose maybe your top three groups and start engaging in those groups and add value. Look at ways you can give back to the community. And, there are some no-nos that I want to share right now also, that, when you're part of a group, don't post and run. This is so bad. And I've run so many Facebook groups. And in fact, I have a Kingdom Woman Entrepreneurs community now, which has 1.3K members in there, and it's growing, and one of the things that is, we all know as a host for the membership, the Facebook groups, and even those who are part of the group, we don't want to see people who just post and they just run. They will post something and then they're nowhere to be found. Don't do that. That's a no-no when it comes to Facebook groups. Please introduce yourself. Take the time to introduce yourself to the group, and of course don't spam. And this is another thing, sometimes people do stay in the group, but then they just continue posting without even having any comments or any even anything to explain what it is that they're sharing. Perhaps it's not even relevant to the group. It's not even yeah, there's no intention behind the post. It's just sending it to groups, and so we don't like that. Please don't do that. And it's doing yourself a disservice. It's damaging your brand when you do this. People are not going to trust you when you do this. When you post and run, people are not going to be connecting to you when you do this. So that's a no-no. And just a reminder for all of us not to do this. Don't try to DM people and try to sell them something straight away. Even for me, I'm sure for you as well, when someone comes up to you and they try to sell you something straight away, you've just met, and the first thing they do is, hey, check out this thing. It's sort of, for me personally, makes me feel it's just cringy. Someone trying to sell me something when I'm here trying to make that connection firstly. And it says a lot about the person that is doing that, because what's important, for me, is that when I do reach out to someone, I want to make sure that they are my ideal clients. It's important that I do qualify my leads. You need to qualify your leads, and you're not just reaching out to people you've just met and not knowing their values, not knowing if they're a right fit for your business. So just keep that in mind. Respect the community that you're in, and respect the founder also, the one that has set that community as well. And think, if this was my group, would I want to be, would I want to see my members doing this? So do what you think is best for the community, and give before you take, I think, is a really good rule. And think about, how can I serve them, instead of thinking, hey, what's in it for me, but coming from a place of service and thinking, how can I serve this community, and how can I add value? So do comment, do engage on the post, do share the posts that are relevant to you, and those that add value to the community. Make sure that you're posting there, and also follow the rules of the community. Each community is different, and they all have their set of rules. So make sure that you make yourself familiar with their rules, and so you're not breaking any of those rules. And that's respecting other people's community, which you want for yourself as well if you were to host a community as well. All right, so lastly, third point is invest in connecting, but also limit your time and set boundaries. You don't want to be spending too much time in the groups when you can be working on your business. I'm all for community, I'm all for engagement, I'm all for adding value and building those connections, meaningful connections. I'm all for that. And I do schedule time when I am with that group and engage. But make sure that you're setting boundaries as well, so it's not taking you away from working on your business, right? You'll find the right balance over time. I think as you do this regularly, as you check on the Facebook groups regularly and be consistent in that, you're going to find a balance. At the end of the day, it really is all about building connections, trust, and real relationships in Facebook communities, right? So it's possible over social media, and this has been something that's happened for me in my life and my business as well as a kingdom entrepreneur. I've actually made some incredible friends online, and it actually can happen when you do connect with the right people, and you show up and connect with the right community. So some of my amazing friends and people that I've collaborated and worked with, I haven't even met in flesh. I've met them through online, and that has been super helpful. Just being able to be surrounded by incredible kingdom entrepreneurs from all over the globe through social media, and really having that friendship, that sisterhood, real sisterhood, where we just text each other, message each other, even outside of the group. So that's incredible. And so I want to encourage you, make the most of your Facebook groups. And I also do believe that God is a divine connector. He really does place people in your life, in your sphere of influence, for a reason and for a season. So be mindful of that and pray about the communities. Pray and ask God, which community should I be investing in? Which people people should I be connecting with in this season? Bring them to me, bring them to my vision, and see, so that I will see them. And so pray for your community and steward your community well. And build those meaningful connections. I hope that you enjoy Facebook groups as much as I do. If you're not part of our Kingdom Woman Entrepreneurs Facebook group, go and check it out. We have incredible sisterhood support there, amazing women of God from all over the globe. And so if you're not part of it, why are you not? Please go and check it out. Facebook groups, Kingdom Woman Entrepreneurs. I'll be there to say hello and welcome you in with open arms. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you, guys. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, this is Fidelis Cruz, your go-to life coach for the faith-filled entrepreneur. See you next time.